What's up, everyone? CryptoSavy here. Hope everybody had a fabulous weekend. We're going to be taking a look at the charts, taking a look at Bitcoin and Litecoin, where we might be headed. Also, I'll take a quick look at the Dow Jones, gold, and silver. Nothing's really changed there with my targets, but I will show you those in case you haven't seen it. Also, we're going to be doing the free t-shirt giveaway at the end of the video, so definitely stick around. There will be another one next week, so make sure you leave your comments below. Also, there's a free Discord below. Definitely check that out, and let's get into the video. All right, guys, as always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, nor is it trading or investment advice. There is a disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Read it. All right, so Fear and Greed Index, we are at 39. It has raised 1 point since yesterday. We had a nice little bump last night. If you belong to the Discord, we were following that pretty closely. Let's look at longs versus shorts. I'm going to refresh this just in case. Bitfinex still at 91.61 longs and 8.39% shorts. BitMEX is almost 54% longs and almost 47% shorts. Binance is 39% longs and 60% shorts. The total for these three exchanges, mind you, it's only these three exchanges. The total is 66% longs and 34% shorts. I still believe we're going to have another move up today. No guarantee, obviously, but we will take a look at it. Let's start out with Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin on the monthly. As you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, we have been watching this 13 EMA and this 21 EMA here. The 13 lies right around the 75.80, 75.90 range in the monthly here, which is going to be significant later on in the video when we look at our targets. We will be going to the weekly, then the daily, then down to the 4-hour and looking at the more immediate targets. So as you can see, still in this formation, still volume is still declining. Let's go over to the weekly. So the weekly, I have the bearish case and the bullish case laid out. I do want to point out real quick, just something I've been looking at. And if you take a Fibonacci retracement and go from the swing high to the swing low, the tip of that 13.7 will get you right at the 0.618, 0.615 area, which is the golden pocket. If I do the same thing off of this one, and which I did, I have a Fibonacci extension here, as you can see, from the swing high to the swing low, if this is the bottom, which I do believe it is, and I'll explain why in a little bit. Again, guys, it could be wrong. We do have lower targets down here, but the swing high to swing low here, the Fibonacci retracement, gets us up to around $11,000. And as you can see, that'll go right in line with this trend line from the two peaks. So do we come up here, maybe come back down before bouncing up and out? That is a good question. But I did take this bottom trend line and clone it and put it up top. And this isn't obviously guaranteed, guys, but if we look at this here as a symmetrical triangle in the thinner lines here, and we look at it as a breakout right here, that would get us up right around the 29,200, 300, somewhere in there. It's not exact, guys, but if you look at where it meets this trend line, that would get us right around August of 2020. So that's a possibility. Not saying nothing yet. We have to see how the market plays out. As you guys know, I do daily updates every single day. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified. Smash those likes and leave your comments, guys. It really helps the channel out. Anytime you watch any YouTuber's videos, if you just take a second out, hit the like button, leave a comment, whatever it might be, it really helps out. So let's look at the volume here, declining. Same thing as we're in the formation, only this is on the weekly. The EMAs here, if we dig in a little bit further, look at the EMAs. We did have the bearish cross of the 8 crossing the 55. The 13's looking to cross it next if we don't get a push up here. It's a possibility we could get a nice push up here, guys, and we'll talk about that when we get into the 4-hour. Let's look at the RSI. We've been following this RSI. I have this red line here as a support line. As you can see, we broke up out of it when we started our bull run in 2015, came back down, tested it for support, got support, and we know what happened after that. Then over here in 2018, we capitulated back below that red support line, and in the March of 2019, we started this bull run. Come back down now and tested it one more time. I do believe it's most likely we're going to continue up from here, guys. And I do believe the bottom's in. But again, I could definitely be wrong. Do your own due diligence. And it doesn't hurt to watch other people too, you know, and just kind of come up with your own idea. But if we move this line out of here, look at this as a falling wedge with the yellow line on top. We broke out here, came back down, which met with the red line also, and tested it for support, got support, and continued up from there. I did clone that bottom line and put it up here just to kind of keep an eye on, see if this is meaningful or not, which it very well could be. It could be up here around that 8,500 range, but we'll see. Let's look at the daily. All right, so looking at the daily, you know what? Yeah, looking at the daily, we'll look at the bearish and the bullish case. We'll look at the bearish case first. And the bearish case being we break down past this low of the 64.22, which I do believe this is the bottom, guys. I know a lot of people are saying it's not. And just so you guys know, let me show you real quick. Everybody's calling for, we got to hit 6,000. We got to hit 5,400. We got to hit 4,000. Some people 3,000, 1,000. We do have this Fibonacci retracement of the 0.786 at 5,400. That's the worst case I see if we do drop below here, which again, guys, I do believe the bottom's in. No guarantees yet, but I do believe it's in. And I showed you before, I believe this wick here was a stop hunt below this wick to liquidate longs and stop them out before continuing up. So that is my theory. We'll see what happens. Worst case over here is it following this bottom trend line at about 4,700. But again, guys, I don't think that's going to happen. Now, I'm not saying we don't come back down here again in this area, you know, the high 6,000s or whatever, but I do believe that the bottom was set right here at 64.20 range. So, but like I said, keep in mind, if we do break that, my next stop would be this 53.96. Let's dig in a little bit further now. Looking at this top of this whole bull flag, I know some people say it's too long to be a bull flag. I still think it's just a giant bull flag, but it's around 8,500 if we got there within the next week or so, which I do believe is a possibility, guys, although we have the 200 EMA right here at around 8,100. Let's look at the RSI. As you guys know, I love my RSI. I don't like to use a lot of indicators. RSI is one of the only true indicators. You can see this yellow falling channel we have here. We had kind of a bear trap over here. So I did draw a channel in white going across, which we have gotten 2 touches off the bottom, 3 touches off the top. But it does look like we are breaking out of this. Keep in mind, guys, this is the daily. If we close outside of this falling channel here, it'll be pretty damn bullish, and I'll show you why, because I was saying the same thing in the 4 hour and that happened. As you can see, I have a falling wedge drawn here that we broke out of, and which is continuing to break us up and out of here. Let's take a look at, don't forget, we're going to look at Litecoin next, but let's take a look at where, let's take a look at where that might take us in the daily. And if we look at just the distance, and the RSI doesn't go exactly with price, because obviously you get bearish and bullish divergence and whatnot, and in the daily, it does look like we could be getting some bearish divergence here, where we're getting higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action right here. But that can be erased by going up. That's why I think there's a good chance we do go up. We have the 55 EMA right here around 75-70 range, and I'll show you that's pretty significant price. And I'll show you why when we go into the 4 hour, which we will do now. And I'll show you my other targets. Bearish case, we come back down here and touch the bottom of this. In the red, see the falling channel here. I also have this trend line across the top. We were looking at this a couple weeks ago as a possible head inverse head and shoulders. I don't believe it to be that, but I still believe this could be a bullish formation showing. Let's look at the RSI. The RSI is one of the things that tells me this is super bullish, guys. As you can see, the 8 EMA and the 13 have already crossed the 200 EMA in the 4 hour, and now the 21 EMA is headed that direction. If that does, which I do think it is, my next target's around 75.81, and I will show you how I got that. There's a few different ways. If we do measure this little step here as a bull flag and a flagpole and put it out, if we were to break out here within the next few hours, we'd be looking at that 75.81 range, which is also, if I zoom out, it is the top of that neckline or trend line right here. Also, if I just measure this rising triangle or ascending triangle and put it up to where we broke out, that also gets us to the 75.81 range. Now, if that's the break, guys, I do believe we're going to get some resistance there. And like I showed you over here, that matches up with the 55 EMA perfectly on the daily. So I do see us getting resistance here, but I believe it's possible we break through. If we break through, it's going to be pretty damn bullish, guys. And if you're not in a trade already, I would suggest you don't get into one until we break the 75.80 and break it good, not just wick through it. I mean, close a 4 hour above it, maybe open and close a 4 hour behind it before getting in, or at least open and close a 1 hour above it, and then put your stops right below. So that's what I would do. But if I look at this whole thing as a flagpole here, and this being a flagpole, or I'm sorry, a bull flag in white, our measured move off that's around the 79.40, 79.50 range, right in there. So that would be my target if we did break this. And if I zoom in real quick, it show you how when we broke out of this, we did come back down. As you can see, the red candle here came back down, tested the top for support, and did get support. I do believe this could be another bull flag forming here. Obviously, that will be negated if we drop below the 73.90 range. Then our next stop for support will be around the 72.90. And if that breaks, we have the 0.618 at 72.30. If that 72.30 was to break, I would get pretty bearish, guys. But as of right now, I am not bearish. And not to say we don't get a nice run up today and come back down Monday or Tuesday to retest these levels. But if we break this 75.81, like I said, I do see us possibly going to that 79.44 and maybe coming back to test the top of this trend line for support again. That may be the beginning of next week and then continue up from there. I do have a higher target, and that target being, whoops, let me, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Sorry about that. And that target being, looking at the red as a falling wedge here. You can see the bottom line down here, top one here. And if we do a measured move from the widest point of the wedge, bring it up to where we broke out of that wedge, that gets me up to that 80.85, 8,100, 8,080 range. And if we look over here in the daily, that lines up pretty damn good with the 200 EMA. So I'm still kind of bullish here, guys, unless we break back down into this triangle here. And I don't believe we're gonna. We may come down and test it for support at around 73.50 maybe before continuing up. But again, the 75.81 area is the area to watch. If we break up, we could even get rejected at the 7,700 again, come back down, test it for support, and continue up. But it is looking pretty good. And as you guys know, if you belong to the Discord, you'll know that I called it. Once we crossed out of here, came back down, tested it for support, I had said that was good enough for me, and I went bullish, and obviously we know what happened next. I do think we're most likely, if you see the rising channel in red here, we're most likely going to come up and retest this top of this, which would be most likely, if you look at it, and again, you can't really judge price off of the RSI, but you can judge the movement pretty well. This could get us to that 75.81 and then come back down, retest this, which could be, you know, back all the way down to 72.50 range or whatever. But we'll see what happens. If this breaks, we'll have to look at it then. And I will try to do a live stream for the members. If you look down below, I have a join button, and that is for the membership, where you'll get some special spiffs. There's one, the first level is just some chat emojis and stuff you'll get, but the second level, you'll get the free live streams, or not free live streams, but the live streams when we're doing big moves and I can get to the computer and get on. You'll be able to watch that live. Also, level 3, you get to belong to the private members only Discord room, where we are going to be more focused on trading. I do have a free Discord link down there, though. That's totally free for you guys to join and check it out. It's totally free, so if you don't like it, you just leave. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I am pretty bullish here, guys, at least to the 75.81. If we get rejected there, you know, we'll have to take another look at it, which I do see some heavy resistance right here. You can see resistance all the way across. So that's what I'm looking at. But if we break that 75.81, we could be looking at these higher highs up here within the next few days, but we'll see. Litecoin. Litecoin on the daily. As you can see, same thing looking at the RSI. It does look like we are most likely going to come up and test this range. Our target yesterday at 43.30 did hit almost on the dot, guys. And that target was there for the last couple days. But now I'm looking at, if we come up here, we could be looking around the 45.30, maybe even up to the 55 EMA to test the top of this rising channel again. And this could be a bear flag. We've discussed this before once it plays out. And if I take a measured move, measuring the channel to where we would break down possibly, let's go ahead and put a target in there. This would be the area to watch if we were to break down from there. I'm going to put this target in here. And let's price label. And the next step would be coming all the way down to retest the bottom of this wedge that we are in right now. So let's go to the 4 hour. Look at that. Look at the RSI. See what that tells us. And then we'll take a look at quick look at gold, silver, and it's just going to be a quick look with my targets and why they're there in the Dow. And then we'll move on to pick the winner of the free t-shirt and pick a random comment from a random video last week. Again, our target hit here right at that 55 EMA. Like I said, looks like the next target actually is probably a little bit higher here. Next target's going to be around 45.50 if we remain bullish and can break above this 200 EMA on the daily. On the 4 hour, I'm sorry. But as you can see, the RSIs are all spreading out, looking pretty damn bullish, getting support on them. Testing the top of this right here could most likely get us back up to this $45 range. And then if we can break that, that would be pretty damn bullish, breaking out of a rising channel, guys. We could be looking to come all the way back up here and retest this next neckline at about 49.50, somewhere in that area. But first off, we have to break through this 200 EMA. If we don't, most likely be coming back down to the 39.50 area, possibly all the way back down to the 38.50 area where you can see this trend line here. So that's where I'm at with Litecoin. Like I said, everything's still looking pretty good. If I remove this line here, you can see this broadening wedge. So it does look like we're gonna have to come up and test the top of this before coming down around the $45 range. We'll see. Keep an eye on it, guys. And let's go to also, if the members, when we're in the members group, like I said, it's just starting up, but in the members only group, we will be going down to lower time frames, looking at everything, helping each other to find, good entries and exits, mostly on bigger trades. Obviously there's going to be people in there day trading and stuff too, but we're going to focus mostly on big trades, swing trades. That's where the easy money is, if you ask me. So anyways, that's where I'm looking at. Let's look at the Dow Jones, and we've talked about this before. They called Bitcoin a bubble. Look at the Dow. If that ain't a bubble, I don't know what is. But anyway, put my measured moves on there, and if we are continuing up, you can see this broadening wedge I have here, and the measured move off that is about 32,350, somewhere in that range. And then I have this megaphone up here that we've broken out of, and if that's the case, the measure move off that is around, it's actually right around 35,255 or whatever. If it blows past that, I don't know what's gonna. I can't see that, guys. I can't see it going past that. But who knows? They could keep pumping money in it. Let's look at gold. Gold looks like it's doing pretty well too, and this is gold on the daily. And just so you know, this was the Dow on the monthly. So let's look at gold on the daily. We had these measured move here. We are almost to our 1556 target, and basically all that target is just a measured move of this falling channel here, which I believe could be a bull flag also. But that's what that is. That's where we got the 1556 range. And then I had measured just from this breakout to the top, and that one gets me the 5584. And the bigger one here is measuring this whole thing here as a bull flag or a flagpole, and then putting it up, the measured move, breaking out of the bull flag. That gets us up to around the 17,041, which makes a lot of sense, guys. So let's look at silver. So silver, this actually looks like an Adam and Eve, and I do have it drawn in there, and I'll show you my targets for this right here. This one being looking at this as a falling wedge and just measuring the widest point of the wedge, bringing it up to the breakout. 1970 is my first target here. I also have this neckline here, looking at this as an Adam and Eve. If it is an Adam and Eve, obviously it's not confirmed till we break and come back, test it for support, and continue up. But if we look at this as a bull flag here, with this being this is a bull flag, this being the flag pull, measured move of the flag pull from the breakout of the bull flag, that would get us up to around 2214. And if that was to happen, guys, might see something like this to confirm the Adam and Eve. Get a break up here, come up to the target, come back down, test it for support, and then continue up. We'll see what happens. It definitely a good possibility. And the next target is using that neckline, a measured move of the depth of the atom to where it would break out. That gets us around the 2762. Like I said, that would happen if we came up here, got resistance, came back down, tested for support, and broke back through. And this isn't going to happen in a day, guys. None of this is. So that's where I'm at with that. Don't forget, check out my wife's webpage, inkyourimage.com. This is where you'll actually pick your free t-shirt from. She has tons of t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, beer koozies, aluminum signs. She also does some glass pictures and stuff, but she can put anything you want on this stuff, any crypto, except the free ones are just what you see. But there's also long sleeve shirts, hoodies, keychains that aren't listed here, but she can put anything you want on this stuff, family pictures, whatnot. It is quality. It's not iron-on crap. It's not vinyl. It's actually professional. So anyways, let's pick a random number. All right, number 7. So we'll look at video number 7, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's copy and paste. Let's copy the address. Put it over here in the random comment picker. Load comments. Oh, I put the wrong URL in there. Let me redo this. Sorry, guys. Copy link address. That's what it is. All right, let me redo this. And you'll have 24 hours to claim your t-shirt. So, all right, pick a random winner. And Rev Drone, a bunch of thumbs up. You've won the t-shirt. Get a hold of me, brother, and I'll get the t-shirt out to you. Tell me which one you want and your size, and we'll be good to go. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit the CryptoSavy logo above my head to get you subscribed to the channel. I do daily updates every single day. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post the videos. Smash those likes and leave your comments. Have a great day, guys. I'm out.